So how we are using Reiki to release, let go, and then also bring in, because both of those things are always happening when you're working with Reiki energy. It naturally releases the burdens, the injuries with people, and it also then always brings in and reveals empowerment and in all different ways. So we're going to talk about that tonight. I want to give everybody a chance to arrive before we actually get started, but that's what we're going to do today. So it's kind of a whole talk about the burning bowl ceremony, talking about how to do that. I actually kind of set up some of the things that we use to do releasing. So you'll see there's a burning bowl, there's a bowl with water, one has salt, one is going to have fire.
Colleen, I'm going to spotlight it. There we go.
Okay. So one of the bowls we're going to be using salt, epsom salt and alcohol. One of the other bowls will be using fire. Guess I can light that now. Reiki. And in the third bowl, with the water and the stick, we're going to use water. And then we are going to go on a Reiki journey, and we're going to use Reiki energy in a journey state. And we're going to let go both at the river of life and at the fire. We're going to journey to a fire with the enlightened ones and let go in the fire. And then we're also going to journey to the field of possibilities and bring in your gifts and possibilities. So we're going to do all of these things. I'm going to explain things a little bit more in depth so that you can see how to do some of them for yourself. And then also we'll go into the journey. I'm not sure how long it's all going to take. And so it may be that we end up with the whole, from 9:30 to 11 in this process. And we may not be going into breakout rooms. I just don't know because we haven't talked about it yet. Robin, I see you shaking your head.
I mean, most likely not by the time it's all said and done. Mm-hmm. But, maybe we could all send Reiki to each other if we have extra time or something like that in the main room. But I think by the time we're all said and done with it, we probably won't have time today.
Okay. Great. So for those of you that, need to leave early, of course, we will actually post all of this on in our YouTube channel. So you can go back and look at it repeatedly. And also for those of you that just want the information, you can do it, and you can also use it to share with others. So, okay. Well, before we begin, Robin, is there anything?
Well, I don't know if you want to change your camera back. I can remove
thank
the spotlight. Yeah. So one thing to know is that because of the nature of what we're doing today, we'll probably put the spotlight video on and off. And so if you, when we put a spotlight on, it will change your view from gallery. Like if you like to have your view into gallery view, it puts it automatically into spotlight view. So you do have to change your view if you're on a computer back to gallery view, which is in the top right corner. you can change your view there to gallery view. So just so you all know, anytime we do a spotlight, that's what that does. And if you ever spotlight your video in your shares or classes or anything like that, it's a good thing to let people know in your groups that they have to go back and manually change it back to gallery view. But otherwise, you know, today you know, New Year is a really good time to be doing this, especially after the year that we've had, we've all had. And, you know, there's big energy out there right now. And so this is a great time to do this. I don't think that we want to do too many housekeeping things, Colleen. I will say that you can find everything that you need to do. We of course have Reiki classes and animal Reiki classes and our next step Reiki classes, and all in January. We'll talk about that probably a little bit more next week. I'd rather just spend time on the energy today. But you can find it all at ReikiLifestyle.com, and how to get a hold of us at ReikiLifestyle.com.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think also so many of us have been together, you know, most of you here have been, we've been sharing together in this time together for a couple of years now. So, well, almost a couple of years, but 2021, here we are, and very blessed to be in community with each other. So thank you. And we are here from all over the world and all different time zones and all different seasons. That was really fun in the solstice last week when, you know, we realized we're here in the northern and the southern hemisphere. And so it's just so fascinating to me that we have the ability to connect this way. So before we begin with all of it, this will be the shorter version of the invocation, just to kind of bring us all together and help Robin and I get kind of into what we're doing. And then I'm going to go through the explanation of the burning bowl, even really a little bit more about using Reiki to release energy that needs to be let go of, and a little bit more about what that actually is. And then we're going to go into the journey. Now, in the journey, there will be an opportunity to do automatic writing or free writing. Some people like to do free writing, others don't. So there's no you should or you shouldn't. Just if you want to write things down, we will be going into the field of possibilities. And that might be an opportunity for you to just do automatic writing. I'll explain a little bit more about what automatic writing is in a minute. So we'll go through the kind of the whole thing. All right, so what I'd like to do to start with, and that's why I'm trying to let you know to take an opportunity if you'd like to get something to write with, if you think you're going to want to do that. And I see a few of you are kind of still getting things put together. I'll just give you a minute. And this is just going to be short. I know I always say that, and it never is, but it really is, because we have other things we're going to do. The journey is going to be pretty long. All right. So go ahead and take a moment to close your eyes and take some deep breaths. Bring your hands into Gasho. And focus your attention on the space between your palms. Notice your fingertips touching. And take some deep breaths. As the light of Reiki fills your breath, flowing in through your hands, into your heart, open your heart and receive. And place your hands comfortably on your body as the energy and the higher frequencies, the power of love of Reiki fills your hands, fills your breath. And you open your heart, your body, and receive this life force. Breathe deeply now. Receive the power of love from the very source, the creation of love. It fills your breath and fills your throat, your voice, your truth, your inner awareness. The power of love flows through your body, flowing past your heart, your belly, your root chakra, flowing down and into the earth. And the life force and light force and vitality and colors of Reiki awaken within you. Here, with the light of the divine earth filling your body, and as your breath flows into your body, it flows upward through your throat, your third eye, crown chakra, your soul star, receiving from the light of creation, receiving from the light of the earth, receiving your light, revealing your light, like the tree of life, the heartbeat of the earth, the heartbeat of creation, and your heart all beat in the same rhythm. Breathe deeply now and receive the light and the power of the divine mind flowing in on your breath, past your throat and your heart and your belly and into the earth. The divine essence of the earth, the divine consciousness of the earth, awakened in your consciousness in your body, as your body is made of the earth. And you receive divine consciousness and your divine consciousness within you. And as you breathe in the light of the divine mind, it fills your breath and it flows upward and through your throat and your third eye and crown, soul star, and into the heavens, by all the names in which you call it. And you receive the pure consciousness of creation, and it awakens within you and your inner awareness. And you breathe in and breathe in the light of the divine heart, and the divine heart fills your breath and flows past your throat and your heart and your belly. And it flows downward and into the earth and through the earth star, receiving from the divine heart of the earth. Breathing in the life force and light force as it flows in on your breath and awakens the divine heart as it flows upward through your throat, your third eye, your crown chakra, through your soul star, receiving the divine heart of creation, power of love, your divine mind, and your pure heart, all here and present within you, awake. Breathe deeply now and receive. And as you breathe in the light fills your breath and flows through your body, unified within you, one light, the light of the earth, the light of the heavens, and your light, one light, one breath, one heartbeat. As you become self-aware, going deeper within, listen now. Listen within. Say thank you to you. We say thank you to each other. We say thank you to the enlightened ones that join us here. The sacred and beloved ones are there with each of you. The ones you are in relationship with. The angels, the archangels, shining their light into your light, filling your breath. The enlightened ones, ascended masters, brothers and sisters in the light. The spirit of the earth, divine animal kingdom. And you receive the blessings as you stand here in this gathering of the light. Your light beautiful, like all the beings around you. Your light beautiful as part of the divine creation of the earth and of the heavens. Your divine presence is right here, and your human spirit is a part of your divine presence. Your divine presence is a part of your human spirit. And you belong here now, this moment in time, in your life, in this time in your soul's history. And you have come here today to reveal you, your light, your love, your truth, your inner authority, blessings in your life, and your possibilities. Look inside and say thank you to you now. Say thank you to each other and the enlightened ones. And we also say thank you to the teachers who have come before us to bring us these ways and the descendants who come after. We are here today, this moment in time, in this circle of light. And we are here to empower the light and the frequencies of love in our own lives, our communities, and the world, the earth itself. Thank you. Ahom Takwiyasa, Namaste. Amen. Amen. So it is. We invite the light of grace. Ahom. Okay. Okay, well, thank you, everyone. Robin, is there anything else before we kind of switch the camera and okay.
So,
So, you know, what part of what we've been doing in the distance Reiki share, in addition to giving and receiving Reiki, is talking about Reiki energy and how we're using it and what it does. So, really understanding that in a Reiki session, either for yourself or for others, that the energy of Reiki is naturally going to do two things automatically. One is that it is going to release what does not benefit a person to continue to hold on to. And that can be in, such a multitude of ways. It also will be determined by the person themselves. Reiki will never impose on a person what they're not ready to let go of. And a person always has the free will to make that choice. So the Reiki energy will naturally work with a person, with you, on both a conscious level and a subconscious level. Oftentimes, what we need to let go of, we don't even know is there. And a whole lot of times, it doesn't belong to us to begin with. And even if it does belong to us in this lifetime, say through a behavior or something we really need to change about ourselves, often there's still an origin behind it. So what the Reiki energy does is envelops those things that we need to let go of in the light and actually releases it from you. So sometimes we can envision that in so many different ways. And when I say envision, it doesn't mean you have to see it. I mean, we imagine it or intuit it in a variety of ways. But so we may think of it as having cords or connectors that are attached to you. You may think of them as spirit attachments that are attached to you. Sometimes the things that show up will look like, like in some of the techniques that we use for releasing, we do an identifying process of, does it have a shape, a color, a size, a texture? And so what you let go of may actually seem like an object or an intrusion. Sometimes what people let go of are things like armor covering their body, or sometimes people are letting go of dragging something behind them. Multitudes and multitudes and multitudes of ways that it can look for people to let go of what they are releasing and what that actually is. You, as the practitioner, don't need to know. Part of it is that sometimes with Reiki, not sometimes with Reiki, but Reiki, when you are the practitioner, Reiki does give you insights about what it is that someone is letting go of, or even yourself, what you're letting go of. But that the insights, or as the practitioner knowing what is being released, is not required for Reiki to do the releasing. It does it automatically. And if you as a practitioner are observing what is being released, that is just you are observing it. You're not making it happen by observing it. At the same time, we like to have techniques that we use to facilitate this opportunity for Reiki to come in and release. In shamanism, those are called extraction techniques. So lots of ways in lots of energy traditions, energy healing methods, there are lots of extraction techniques. So an extraction technique is simply a technique, a tool, a method that you are using to access a particular energy for a particular intention of releasing. So sometimes you may see an extraction technique in the Usui Tibetan tradition. We did aura clearing where we would reach in and remove something from the body and send it into the light. Drumming can be an extraction technique, using a drum, and the drum extracts the energy from the person. We also do things like fire ceremonies where we put things into the fire or we send them into the water. Or you as a practitioner with Reiki may have, taken an energy and placed it somewhere that you can experience in a session that is there with a person. In Holy Fire Reiki, we have the Holy Fire healing experience. And that's where the light comes in and it envelops the object and takes the object into the light. And that's extracting it. So lots of different techniques. And that's one of the things that we're going to go into more talking about in the distance Reiki shares, is really kind of understanding that there's all different kinds of techniques that we use Reiki energy to engage in the technique. The same technique can be done using different energies. So for instance, the burning bowl energy that that we're going to use here, you can use this technique and you can use it using all different kinds of energy to do the technique. So that's a piece to really understand, is some of the things we do with Reiki are techniques, and we are using Reiki energy in the technique. And the technique itself accesses the energy and also delivers the energy. So it's a specific intention of using Reiki energy for this technique. So I could do the same energy, and I do the same technique using different shamanic energies that I have used. In this case, we're going to use Reiki energy for the technique. So that's just a clear understanding, and it's not because it's a better than, that's the next understanding. It's just having an understanding that it's a specific, I'm inviting and using a specific energy for the technique. And you could use a different one and that would be okay too. But today we're going to use Reiki energy, and that's what we do in this. And so in the distance Reiki share, because we're working with Reiki. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead then with that explanation, explaining to you that what I'm showing you today is simply one technique that you can use using Reiki energy as a releasing, letting go, either a ceremony or just for yourself, to let go of what isn't serving you. There's always a second part when you're using Reiki that is the dominant part, is what it is bringing in. Because whenever you are releasing with Reiki, it will always come back to fill you up as well. Not only is it filling you up, it's actually revealing what your real truth is. So the second part of the journey, the first part of the journey is going to be the letting go. The first part of the burning bowl ceremony would be the letting go. The second part of it would always be the bringing in. That's also a technique. Lots of different ways that you can use techniques to bring in the Reiki energy. Just even, for instance, the invocation we just did. And when I say bring it in, it always reminds me that actually it's already here. It's in training us to it. When we invite the Reiki energy in, it actually comes in then and wakes it up within us and trains our system to its energy, which is always a high frequency. The high frequency is always within us. The injuries can cover us. The things we're letting go of can be layers that cover us from our own view. Underneath those layers, and really within those layers, I don't even know how all that works, but your wholeness is present. Your pure consciousness is still here. Your pure heart is still here. Your pure love is still here. So what happens when the things that you let go of are released, when you are working with Reiki energy, and this is, again, one of the reasons I like working with Reiki energy, is specifically because of what happens to what you let go of. It's not just cast out. The energy actually envelops what you're letting go of and heals it, carries it away from you. It can dissolve those cords and connectors, lift those burdens from you in carrying it. But it carries it into the light and into the source of consciousness that can actually heal whatever it is that you have let go of, and all the way back to its original cause. Because sometimes what you let go of is in your soul's history. Sometimes it's in another lifetime. Sometimes it's an oath or a vow or a promise made in another lifetime. Sometimes it's an experience of another lifetime. Sometimes it's an ancestral history, a lineage history. And sometimes this is the only time you've been born into this lineage. And sometimes it's not your job to fix the lineage. Sometimes you just are here and you are living in this lineage. At the same time, going back to the bringing in, when Reiki energy fills you back up, it's bringing in, it's waking up and training you to the wholeness that's there, that you actually have from your soul's history, equal if and more lifetimes of beauty, love, success, gifts, abilities. Sometimes you come from another soul group, you haven't been on earth for a while, and it can bring in those higher qualities of you and reveal them to you. Sometimes your ancestors absolutely have gifts and abilities and possibilities that are a part of you also. So it brings in those higher frequency energies automatically also, and entrains you into the the higher frequency that actually exists within you. So all of this happens in every kind of Reiki session. So even that's why we say a brand new Reiki practitioner can give Reiki, and these things still are occurring within them, because the energy does this and it's not dependent on the technique. However, we as human beings are dependent on the technique. The techniques really give us a physical experience of what we're doing. It gives us a physical method of engaging with the energy that appears to be non-physical. So how do we actually engage with it physically? So there's a lot of different techniques to do both the letting go and the bringing in. So today what we wanted to do is to bring to show you the burning bowl method or technique of releasing. This is often a ceremony that we always did the beginning of the year every year in our in-person Reiki shares. And so my dear friend and colleague, Lori Shansky, is an amazing sound healer. And she always came and provided the sound healing for a ceremony. But the ceremony itself, I'm going to screen share real quick. This is, let's see, here we go, right here. So we have this information on our website. So you can go to, if you go to the Reiki library, this is where I am right here. Let me expand this. You go to Reiki Life, go to ReikiLifestyle.com, go to the Reiki library tab, go to Reiki articles, and then here's the burning bowl ceremony in an article from Reiki News Magazine, winter of 2006. That's how long we've been doing this. And lots of different uses for a burning bowl. So here's just a whole information about it and using it. Here's our big tree beauty that was on our farm. We're using, here's a burning bowl that's being used in a, with just the fire there. Here's a fire in a backyard fire pit. Oh, I guess that's it for that one. And then I also have, we have the, if you go to the same place in the Reiki library and go to Reiki ceremonies, we actually have more about the ceremony itself. This is really old, you guys. So this is way before, you know, we had the ability to do things online that we have now. So at some point we'll redo it. But anyway, this just gives you an idea of some of the uses, ways that you can do it. Today, what we're going to be doing in the journey is going to an outdoor fire. You're going to be in a circle with the enlightened ones and releasing there. You're also going to go to the river and release there. But this just talks about it, some of the different uses of the burning bowl ceremony. And also that you can do it for yourself. So you can go back and look at that information. Okay, so Robin, then should I just go ahead and go to the next camera shot? Okay. I have to check in with her to make sure I'm tracking myself. I can feel I'm starting to get altered, ready for the journey. Okay, I think it's on this camera.
Are you going to talk about kind of like adapting it and stuff, Colleen?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, thank you. So go ahead and spotlight it, Robin. So what I did was 3 different versions of how I've used it personally, how we've used it personally. So this one is Epsom salts. and just regular ones. Now, I personally do not like the smell of some Epsom salts, so I get just plain, but it's just regular Epsom salts. And then you use at least 91% rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to pour that into the Epsom salts, and that's where the fire will be. This one, I think it's hard to see now because of the camera angle, but it has a little flame. And this is going to be my source of fire. The dirt underneath it is mole dirt, and that is particular to the way I like to do ceremonies. It's very much part of my training in Native American traditions that we use mole dirt. And you can see I got this when it was very dry outside, and poor little moles had to get through all of the rocks. So then the other thing that happened is Robin and I were doing a ceremony for the eclipse. People came from all over. William Rand came in from Hawaii. People came from all over the country. And we were prepared to do a releasing ceremony, and ended up with it being like 103 degrees and extreme fire hazard. So we were listening for what else we could do, and realized that we could do a water ceremony of dissolving instead of burning, using dissolvable paper. And you can get this dissolvable paper on Amazon. It's like $12 for 25 sheets. So what I do with it is cut it into strips like this and write on the strips, and watch what happens when you put it in the water. It dissolves. And so I have my stick, and the paper ends up dissolving all the way through. And it's really interesting because it's actually a bit of a different experience in the energy of it when you're working with water than when you're working with fire. Now, for me, for ceremonies, I always use sacreds. So these would be part of it. For me, it's sage for cleansing. Tobacco is an honoring of spirits. Lavender is very much about kind of my Celtic heritage. And then cornmeal is to feed the people and the abundance. And so I actually have some here that's all blended together. And so what I would do with that is actually adding Reiki energy to each, along with my sacreds. And inviting the Reiki energy. Now, I charged all these before we started today, but just, wanted to say that what I would do with this now is just using my hands and inviting the Reiki energy to be within the source. And in these cases, we are inviting the fire to release what we're letting go of and carry the energy of what we're letting go of into that light. Now, the distance symbol in Reiki is a bridge of light to the light. The power symbol, the one that looks like a spiral, that symbol is very much a letting go and a bringing in. So it will release. So we can put those symbols over each of the energies, inviting it and doing preparations in the room to work with it also. So when I'm doing a ceremony for others, and like at our in-person Reiki shares, then what we do if it's going to be a fire ceremony, we get all these things at the dollar store, by the way. And I just get tablets of long paper and hand them out to people so they can write with them, along with, like a pencil that they can write with. Same thing, you can get a whole pack of these kinds of pencils at the dollar store too. And then they also, for the bringing in part, this is where they write down what they're going to let go of and they burn it. And then the bringing in, I get these cards also in packs of 8 at the dollar store, and have them do a self-addressed envelope. And I collect them at the end of the ceremony, put them in my bowl, and they actually go underneath my peace grid until the solstice in June, and I mail them back to them. So in June, they are getting a surprise envelope of what they were bringing in today. So lots of ways that you can do each thing. This, if you're using this one, you're just going to go ahead and, maybe burn the paper here. Well, it's better to have a bigger bowl. So, got too small of a bowl for too big a piece of paper. It's one of the things that's important to do, you guys, is to practice this. If you're doing it with others, kind of practice your style first. The water one is easy. That one, there's no problems. But when you're working with fire, you definitely want to know what your bowl is going to do and what you need before you get started. This is something we've been doing for a lot of years, so I'm pretty familiar with it. So anyway, there's lots of good ways to do this. I guess I'll show you. Robin, should I go ahead and show how to do the one with the salt?
Yeah, is it ready? Whoops,
Yeah, it's ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would just have to show you.
Just quickly.
I'll just do it quickly. So here's a scoop with the salt one. You're going to use alcohol with it. And I have not measured this. I just pour it in, but this is one that you definitely want to practice. So you're going to pour the alcohol on the salt. I'm going to punch a hole in it. It doesn't open. Pour the alcohol on the salt. And just a little bit. And now understanding this is definitely going to poof. So that flame is going to poof up, but it will burn down and it'll burn lightly. This is also the same method that I use for my space clearing. So I'll do this same thing and use the salt and the alcohol for space clearing. So now that I've done this and I'm going to be on camera, let's see what happens. All right, here we go. Okay, there. So you see it can kind of poof. So you definitely want to be prepared with that. What will happen is it will burn down, and the same thing. This is how you can, do a long piece of paper and the person has written what they're letting go of and then just can drop it into the bowl. So I find this way of doing it much easier if I have a large group. Trying to do a candle with a large group can be pretty challenging, but this method works really well, and you can see how it's just kind of burning down now. And then again, the same thing with the, you saw with the dissolving in the paper. So anyway, that's how that works. Okay. I think that's it. All right.
Oh.
Okay, so go ahead then and take me off of Spotlight. You guys can put me back in gallery view if you want to see everybody. Okay, so that's how, oh, let me change my camera view. Those are just some examples of a burning bowl, and you can do that in a ceremony. I do them just for myself, you know, like it's like, I just need to go let stuff go. And sometimes I don't even know what it is. I just write down, you know, like whatever I need to and let the energy take care of it for me. Other times you can use it for a client and you can adapt this. So if this isn't the way you want to do it, you can do it your way, just the concept of it. But then the second part of it is also going to be the bringing in. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to go on a journey to do both these things. And so I'm going to show you just a little bit here. Get to this. Screen share again. Okay. So here's what we're going to do today. We are going to, this is just an example of automatic writing, or some people call it free writing. They're interchangeable. They mean the same thing. The main thing with automatic writing is you're not evaluating everything. So you can see this upper one. This is one of my styles. I like to just put the intention in the center and then scribble things. This is another style that Robin is using here. And there's, you know, you're not worrying about punctuation or run-on sentences. You're just putting your pen to paper and letting it write. You can use this or not. It is a method of channeling that gives you the ability to not evaluate as things are coming in. This is an image of what we're going to be doing. We're going to let go in the journey, and we're going to bring in the journey. So what we're going to be doing is traveling over a bridge of light in a Reiki journey. We're using Reiki energy to do it. So it's going to take us into an enlightened realm that we are going into, that we call the third heaven spiritual location. So the river of life is there. Enlightened beings are there. Higher frequencies are there. You can envision it or imagine it to be anything that is relevant to you. It doesn't have to look like these pictures or have any look at all. It can just be a frequency even. So we'll be going to the field of possibilities. We will also be going to the river of life, and we'll be going to the to a fire. We're going to journey to a circle of enlightened beings and go to the fire for letting go also. So we're going to have two places of letting go. One is going to be with the water and the river of life, and the other is going to be with the fire, and that's going to be with the circle of enlightened beings with you. We're also going to go to the field of possibilities. And when we get to the field of possibilities, you're going to have the opportunity to write down the gifts and possibilities in each of these areas of your life: your spiritual life, your physical health, your personal life, your key relationships, your job, business, finances. This is a graph from the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller and with Jay Papasan. So we use this a lot, and this has been really helpful for me. But today what we're going to do is use this as our bringing in, like taking the time. What do you want to bring in for your spiritual life? So all of these different categories, and we're going to do that in the field of possibilities. So it's just another technique. A journey is another technique. It's another way to be with the energy intentionally, consciously, and more than anything with yourself, where you can hear you. So any questions about any of that? Okay. So I'm looking at the time, had no idea that we were running this much over time. So we will realistically probably go over the 11 o'clock time. And so feel free, if you need to sign out at any point, just feel free to do so. We know that that's, people are on time frames. Okay. Why the lavender? Yeah, Cheryl, for me, it's very, very Celtic, and I have a pretty big Celtic, I guess, connection way of thinking and being. All right. So anything else, Robin?
Yeah, go ahead, Linda. Give me 1 second. Okay, go ahead.
So I have just a question before we start. Should we have saged our rooms or saged our bodies or anything like that beginning for ceremony?
So if you are, there's lots of ways to do that too. So lots of techniques to fill a space, clear a space, etc. A lot of that for me, I am doing with you in the invocation and the journey. That is part of with the light is in front of you. It's on each side, above you, below you. The enlightened ones are here with you. So part of what I'm doing as a facilitator today is to do that in the actual journey and the invocation. However, you can do that really simply by intending that the space is cleared and filled with the Reiki energy. You can also do that by drawing the symbols on each of the walls, your physical preparations that way, and doing it that way as well. So lots of ways. Saging, yes, is one of them. I have Palo Santo here is one of them. I often now really use the Reiki energy and symbols more than I do sage or even Palo Santo. And that's just a personal preference, but they're all just techniques. They're all different ways of doing the same thing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay.
Colleen, I think it's best we get started.
We'll get started.
Yes,
yes.
We
Go
will
ahead.
be recording this and we will post it to the YouTube.
Yeah. And our YouTube channel is Reiki Lifestyle. Okay. All right. Yeah, and even if you get to be here the whole time, you still may want to be able to go back and refer to it and use it. Okay. All right, so go ahead and get comfortable. And close your eyes and take some deep breaths. Place your hands in Gasho and focus your attention on the space between your palms. Breathe deeply now. Open your heart and receive. As the light of Reiki fills your hands, fills your breath, flows through your body, the light of the earth rises through you. Light of the heavens flows through you. All merged right here within you. Place your hands comfortably on your body now. Breathe deeply. As you breathe in the light and the power of love. By every name it's called. The power of love fills your breath from the source of creation, from the divine earth, and reveals the power of love within you at the source, the core of your being. And the power of love fills your breath and is unified with the love of the earth, the love of the heavens, your love within. And it's revealed to you now and shines within you for you to see. The power of love shines in front of you, behind you, on each side, above you and below you and within you. Go within and listen now. And hear the power of love. As you breathe in the light and the power of the divine mind. It fills your breath and flows through your body. And the divine mind of the earth rises through you, and the divine mind of creation, the heavens, flows through you. And your divine mind is revealed, unified, shining in front of you and behind you and on each side, above you, below you, and within you. Breathe deeply now, go within, and listen. Your divine mind is revealed. Your higher consciousness, higher thought, your human spirit revealed here in your divine mind revealed here in your human spirit. The consciousness of the heavens, of creation, flows through you and in you and is you. As you breathe in the light and the power of the divine heart of the earth and the divine heart of the heavens flows through you and reveals your divine heart. And you become self-aware in your own divine spirit, unified here with your human spirit, expressed here in your daily life. Your divine heart shines in front of you and behind you and on each side, above you, below you, within you. Go within and listen. The light of the earth, the divine earth, flows through you. The light of the divine heavens flow through you. The divine light is you. Your body is made of the earth for your beautiful light and spirit, your divine presence, to have life and breath. Your body a treasure house for your great beaming light. And the light within you ignites and it fills your breath. And as the light fills your breath, your light is revealed to you, your Holy Spirit, whole and beautiful. Love and light and truth and beauty and grace and gratitude, joy, thriving, all right here within you. Breathe deeply now as you are revealed to you. Go within and perceive. Expand your perceptions in front of you as your light shines in front of you. As your beautiful spirit shines behind you, expand your perceptions on each side, above you and below you, within you. And your perceptions expand all around you to the brilliance of the light in the space where you are, all around as the angels and archangels stand in a circle all around you, shining their light into your light, in front of you and behind you, on each side, above you, below you, within you. The ascended masters, our brothers and sisters in the light, share their blessings, the divine animal kingdom. And their blessings flow in the space all around you and fill your breath. And your blessings flow through you for them. Sacred and beloved ones that are here with you for you. The beautiful beings of the light, the enlightened ones that are here with you. And you begin to see their light all around you and receive their blessings, their love. And it's revealed to you that your light is beautiful like theirs. You are here being human at this time in your soul's history, and you remember now. You're a beautiful being of the light, being here now on the earth. Expand your perceptions now to the divine essence of the earth and the spirit of the earth. The earth is the first heaven. Expanding your awareness to the beauty that is here, the love that is here, all the higher frequencies of consciousness that are here. And you breathe it in, and it fills your breath, and your mind, your light, your awareness expands. There's a beautiful bridge of light, and the beings of the light are inviting you to cross over to the spiritual realms of the third heaven, the enlightened realms where all there is love. And you know you would like to go, you've been there before. And so you step onto the bridge of light, And there's a celebration here for you. And you walk to the other side, crossing through the beautiful colors of creation from the earth and the heavens. And within you, the colors of red and orange. The purity of the colors filling the purity of your colors. The yellow, the green, and you look over the side and you can see the river of life flowing from sacred mountains in the distance. You can hear the songs of the angels, and the power of their song washes over you. And the power of their song begins to release the ways and worries of the world from you. As you head across the bridge and through the green and the blue, the indigo and the violet, the sparkling light from the heavens shining off of the river, filling your breath, the ways and the worries of the world, cleansing away from you. And as you cross to the other side, through the blue and the indigo and the violet, you find yourself here in the third heaven. It's the most extraordinary place. All there is love here. And you realize that this place is right here within you, as well as all around you, as well as the spiritual realm. It's multidimensional, as are you. And the place where all there is love within you wakes up. And it's revealed to you now. The beautiful beings of the light are here. You've known them before too. Some you've known in this lifetime. Others you've known other times, in other ways, lifetimes between the lives. And they're here to support you, to love you, as they know that being in the human realms with human consciousness has duality, burdens, places where you can be hidden from who you really are. And so they walk with you, and it's just so beautiful here. You see the pathway leading to the river of life. The beautiful ones are here with you, and the river is lined with life of every kind. There are trees and forests, plants and animals, water dwellers, butterflies and insects and the animals of the earth of every kind. And you walk to the water's edge, and this time you walk to the water's edge to ask the water and to let the water help you let go of some of these burdens that can seem to hide this place where all there is love inside of you, from you. And the water knows why you are here. And the songs of the angels continue to flow through the waters and the trees, wash over you. Breathe deeply now. Go to the river. And the river is inviting. The light is shining on the waters. And the river whispers to you. And so you step your feet into the waters and it's warm and soothing and safe. As you walk further into the waters swirl around you. You can feel them cleansing away these ways and worries of the world. And the beauty of the waters begin to dissolve those ways and worries of the world for you, from you. And you let go. Cords dissolve. Burdens you carry release. It's loving and gentle. Songs of the angels flowing through you, releasing, letting go. The waters carry you away. All those things that are not yours to carry anymore. Power of grace, compassion, and forgiveness is here. And you step now from the riverbanks. The enlightened ones are inviting you now to let go of the fire of all the rest. Some of it dissolves on the water and some of it is consumed by the fire. All of it carried into the light. And the enlightened ones guide you to a beautiful field. And here in the center of the field is a fire already burning. And the whole enlightened group of enlightened ones gather in a circle and invite you to take your place in the circle now. And they all begin to tone and to sing. And you walk to the fire now. And breathe deeply. And you take this time to let go in the fire. Your burdens, your injuries from this time in your soul's history and other times in your soul's history. Ancestral history. Cords, connectors, attachments, any old oaths, vows, promises, spells, curses from this life or any other life. The cords, connectors, and attachments go into the fire. And the fire converts them to smoke, and the smoke carries them into the light where they can be healed. Let it go in the fire now. And the beautiful ones are toning, and the angels' songs wash through you, and any residuals left, unknown things, remnants of things, still there, flow through you and into the fire on the vibration of the song and the sound. Power of grace. It heals it for you, releasing the burdens from you for you. There's a celebration all around you now. And the enlightened ones invite you to walk with them to the field of possibilities, and you're excited to go. To bring in that which supports you through the power of love, this place of being human here in this life, and the gifts that you have from your soul's history in the past and in the future. Your inner guidance and human guidance and divine guidance, and the beautiful guidance from these beautiful beings. And you follow the pathway now, and you come to the field of possibilities, and it's full of wildflowers and butterflies. The light shines from the heavens and the beautiful blue sky. the enlightened ones are here and the angels' songs are here. And there's a whole new sound as the songs now awaken and reveal within you your gifts and your possibilities. So you walk through the field and you find a place that you would like to be. The tree of life is here and the river flows through it. There's a small hill that the light from the heavens shines directly on. And you come here to receive, to reveal and remember. And you're here today to receive the gifts and possibilities your gifts, your possibilities. And you'd perhaps like to place your pen to paper and write them down. As you are here and you go within and listen. And you ask for what it is that you would like in your possibilities. Sometimes it's known and unknown. And to receive and to reveal your gifts for your spiritual life. Take some time and write it down. Possibilities for your spiritual life, your gifts. And now write down your gifts and possibilities for your physical health. Now write down your possibilities and your gifts for your personal life. Your gifts and your possibilities for your key relationships. Your gifts and possibilities for your work, your job, your business. And your gifts and your possibilities for your finances. And your gifts and possibilities in your daily life, how it all applies. And your gifts and possibilities are activated within you now. Your inner guidance, divine guidance, human guidance, all active. The guidance of the enlightened ones that are here with you. And you invite the possibilities to continue to reveal within you that you can hear you and all around you. The insights continue. Beautiful possibilities, thriving, gifts, abilities, solutions, resources. Your higher consciousness present for your daily life. Begin walking back now towards the bridge of light. Activated within you are your gifts and possibilities that reveal your solutions, your resources, your gifts, your talents, your capabilities. And you continue along to the river again and go back to the place where you were. And you step into the waters, and any kind of residuals left over, obstacles left over, just flow away from you now. As the possibilities are so very highlighted and revealed. Waters are pure and crystal clear, the primordial waters of creation. And although they have carried away those things that you have let go of, the waters are pure and clear. And so you cup your hands into the waters and take a long drink. And the living waters flow through you. The earth rises through you. The air fills your breath and your fire ignites. Your higher consciousness present. You walk back towards the bridge now and through the beautiful colors and this place within you where all there is love. And you realize it's right here as you walk through the violet and indigo and the blue and the green. Being more and more present here in your body and through the yellow, the orange and the red. And right back here where you have been all along, your awareness in the first heaven, here in your daily life. Your gifts and possibilities are right here. And you place your pen to paper and write. As you ask yourself, what is my next step? And write it down if you'd like. And here are the possibilities for your spiritual life and physical health, personal life, key relationships, your work, finances, your daily life. Look inside now and say thank you to you. You're listening to you. The light of Reiki fills your breath, life force and light force. Grace, gratitude, and wholeness. Your inner awareness, inner authority, and inner truth revealed to you, for you. We send the power of this prayer to those who need it and our loved ones, powering this light of possibilities, gifts. We say thank you to the enlightened ones, all the teachers and descendants, and thank you to each other. Those who listen now and those who listen later, our circle is always divinely ordered. Together, we are love. Aho Matakwasa, Namaste. Amen. Amen. So it is. Thank you, everyone. As we head into this new year, that we just open our heart and receive those blessings. Thank you, each of you. Thank you.